Hi, first grade. This week we are going to do social studies. In social studies, we're going to talk about what it means to be a good citizen. A citizen is someone that lives in a certain place. For example, you are a citizen of Missouri, and we are all citizens of the United States. So you're going to need this Good Citizens packet, and we're going to read about some of the ways that we can be good citizens. Last week in science, we talked about reduce, reusing, and recycling so that we can take care of the earth. By reducing, reusing, and recycling, we are being good citizens because we are doing our part to help keep the earth clean. So let me hook up the document camera. And this first page says, good citizens follow laws. What are some laws that you follow? Let's read to see if we can come up with more laws that you might follow. Good citizens follow the laws of their communities. Do you remember what a community is? The area that we all live in. It is important for both children and adults to follow laws. Wearing seatbelts and bike helmets are examples of following laws. Alright, if you open up the page, you'll see that the next page says, describe what you learned from the photo. What did you learn about laws? Did you know that not only adults have to follow laws? Did you know that wearing helmets is a law and wearing a seatbelt is a law? Tell me something that you learned from those pictures. Then, after you write your sentence, you can tell me some of the ways that good citizens follow laws. Can you come up with any others besides wearing a helmet and riding a bike? After you do that, I'm going to keep reading. You can go back and write this. Good citizens also take care of the environment, just like we talked about last week in science. Good citizens show that they care for the environment in many ways. A good citizen might recycle, plant a tree, or clean up litter. These are all ways that citizens care for the earth and make their communities better. So we talked about taking care of the earth by reusing things and reducing the amount of things that we use and recycling after we use something. These are all ways to help be a good citizen and take care of the earth that God gave us. So what did you learn from the photo? Let's look back at this picture. We see that a girl is taking care of the environment by recycling. So what did you learn about why it's important to recycle and reduce and reuse? And then I want you to tell me about some of the ways that good citizens care for the environment. What are some things that you can recycle? What are some things that you can reduce and reuse? And the last one that we're going to do today is talk about how good citizens volunteer. To volunteer means to do something because you want to. Volunteer means it's not a job, you're not getting paid, you just want to help in your community. Good citizens help others in their community by volunteering. There are many different ways to volunteer. Some citizens spend time feeding the hungry. Others help by collecting donations of food, clothes, and toys. Maybe some ways that you volunteer in your community might be helping clean up your yard with your family, or helping at church. Maybe you help with some volunteering things at your church. But others that you can do are donating money, maybe to your church, or donating time to help around your community. Okay, and then the last page that you'll do today is describe what you learned from the picture. So we saw different ways that citizens volunteer. So maybe you can tell me about some of those ways that citizens volunteer. And then you're going to tell me, why do good citizens volunteer? Why is that important that we should volunteer in our community? Does it help others? Does it show others God's love? Maybe you can come up with another idea. Why good citizens volunteer. So do this page about why we should follow laws. Do this page about caring for the environment, and do this page about why we should volunteer. Have fun learning about how to be a good citizen.